Occurred, the 9th of May 2013, 2 hours 32 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Shape: triangle. Duration: 4 to 5 seconds. No of observers. 3 characteristics: lights on object. Red light triangle over Indiana. My son and I were out enjoying a cigar, watching the perfectly clear night sky. I just happened to look straight up at my 12 o'clock position and caught a triangle going in a slight north-northeast position, coming from slight south-southwest. Totally silent. Hard to say what altitude was. At least 30,000 feet. Had to be larger than passenger plane. Had red lights on all 3 corners, running at a level flight. My son caught the tail end of the sighting after I pointed out to him, seeing the rear 2 red lights. I found this website to see if there was any other reports in my area. Saw the report on the 1st of April 13 in Brookston, in identical description and direction. Went onto MapQuest. You could draw a straight line in slight north-northeast direction to Mishawaka, Indiana. Approximately 100 miles. Went to internet to calculate airspeed of triangle, using 30,000 feet. Time covering horizon in 5 seconds, at least 900 miles per hour.
Occurred, the 7th of September 2014, 22 hours 8 minutes and 0 seconds. Location: Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Shape: unknown. Duration: 2 minutes. No of observers. 3 characteristics: aircraft nearby. We viewed 6 separate bright orange lights disconnected in the clear night sky, flying and then disappearing at different times. My wife and I were on our way home at a little after 9 p.m. I was in the passenger seat and was looking toward the houses outside my window. I saw 6 bright lights in the sky through the trees. They were spread out too far apart to be one craft. I told my wife to pull over, and she asked where and kept driving. After about 10 seconds there was a parking lot, so she pulled over. As we were watching, another car pulled in with a young girl. She parked and watched. I tried to get a video on my phone, but it didn't stay on my phone. My wife noticed an airplane flying near the group and said those aren't planes. The unidentified craft started disappearing, first 2, then 1 by 1. When that happened, the girl drove away while talking on her phone. After the last light disappeared, we left, and while driving home we both agreed whatever the lights were was unidentified.
Occurred, the 19th of March 2009, 23 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Shape: triangle. Duration: 1 minute. No of observers. 3 characteristics: lights on object. 3 lights flying over us. My 2 friends and me were walking over the train tracks at about 10:40 or so, heading back from a friend's house. My friend was counting the stars, and I said to him that I never count the stars. Then my other friend said, "What is that?" I looked up and saw 3 dim lights, almost transparent. They were yellowish orange, almost street light color lights in a triangle form, flying across the sky. It made no sound. It looked like spotlights, but it kept going off in the distance. We stood there in shock. We waited to see if we could see it again and if it was really spotlights after all, but we did not see it again. We took off running back to my house and told everybody there. I do not think anybody believed us. It blew my mind. Today I looked up pictures of stealth bombers during the nighttime to see any similarities. It looked very different from what we seen. Therefore, I found this website and had to tell our story. It was unbelievable. Me and my friends used to talk about UFOs and aliens all the time, but I never thought I would have the opportunity to see one. It gives me the chills just thinking about it.
Occurred, the 16th of May 2012, 12 hours 20 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Shape: sphere. Duration: 5 minutes. No of observers. 1-3 circular dark UFOs seen south of Mishawaka, Indiana. I was driving west on bypass 20 and saw 3 dark circular objects on the south side of the highway, flying 200 feet over the ground, heading west and slightly south. I could not keep up with them even though we were moving in the same direction. As I approached the Bremen Highway exit, they disappeared over the horizon. I suppose they could have been helicopters, but I do not know how to verify this.
Occurred, the 26th of July 2017, 12 hours 5 minutes and 0 seconds. Location, Kokomo, Indiana, USA. Shape, unknown. Duration, 40 to 45 minutes. Know of observers. 3 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object, changed color, aircraft nearby, 10 or more light skirmishing. 10 or more red orangish light skirmishing, then would vanish and reappear brighter and form a triangle. Some moved in a zigzag motion, then would dart from left to right and then stay motionless. Half hour into witnessing this, and all disappeared into thin air, after shooting upwards as a bright white light. 10 minutes later reappeared in same spot as they had been. They waited for a regular human aircraft to pass, then all but one disappeared while the one followed the airplane. It would follow right up to the tail and then stop, then follow again and then stop. Carried on for approximately 2 more miles. My brother, fiancé, and I all witnessed this and are absolutely dumbfounded but amazed to have experienced another UFO experience.
Occurred, the 20th of October 2019, 20 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Shape, light duration, 5 seconds. Know of observers. 1. A large bright blue light fell out of the sky. It was defiantly too low to be a UFO, but there was something different about this that did not look man-made.
Occurred, the 4th of February 2020, 0 hours 20 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Shape, duration, 10 seconds. Characteristics: aircraft nearby, bright light outside bedroom window, loud noises, window rattled, sounded like a jet plane. On Tuesday, February 4th at 12:20 a.m. a low-flying jet woke me up. The windows were rattling and loud engine noises were heard. I got out of bed to look out the window. It was bright outside but I didn't see the plane. I'm in Mishawaka, Indiana. The brightness was south and I think the sound was traveling from north to south. I asked the people I was living with if they heard or felt anything in the morning and they said no. One of the people was awake and in the living room watching TV. I'm curious to know if anyone else reported something in my area.
Occurred, the 27th of January 2023, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Mishawaka, Indiana, USA. Location details: driveway at my house. Shape, sphere. Duration, 5 minutes. Know of observers. 2 saw at least 50 spheres flying in aircraft formation overhead. I was awestruck by how many balls of light flying from east to west. Balls of light in a fighter formation, but the number of them were amazing.
Occurred, the 15th of May 1997, 22 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, South Bend, Indiana, USA. Shape, triangle. Duration, 2 minutes. Know of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object. Object seen in real life is seen on TV too. It started out we were driving down a dirt road and stopping at a stop sign that led to paved road. There was kind of a hill that we were stopped at with our bright lights on. I looked up in the sky about 200 feet from the ground. I saw a triangle type object with 3 lights at the corners that were orange and a big spotlight that was pointed at the ground. I flicked my lights on, then off the spotlight, and all of the lights shut off. I rolled the window to see what I could hear. I thought it might have been a helicopter, but there was no noise but my car, so I took off and looked to my right and the object turned and the orange lights flashed. I started speeding and blew a stop sign and it was still beside me. I started going over Interstate 69 and it flew over my car. I looked up and could see it through my tops in the middle. There was a glowing I could see all the details of. Then I just slowed down and it took off. I told some friends and family, but I never really thought there would be anybody that would believe this. A year later on Unsolved Mysteries, they had a guy that worked for the government on who was telling about a craft that the government admits they designed it, but they won't admit to building it. The really freaky thing was that this object I saw looked extremely like the drawing he was showing down to every detail. It was supposed to run on Mercury and be totally silent.